Hi Zoe, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. How can I help you?
I really need to have a conversation just with some things that have been happening really in my personal life. Just need to get it off my chest.
Oh, okay, no worries. Have you ever been to counselling before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you're aware of confidentiality agreements and how they work?
Yep.
Yep, so you are also aware that under a court of law I may need to give your information to the courts, or if you harm yourself or indicate you're going to harm yourself in any way, that the confidentiality will be breached?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay. What seems to be the issue?
Well, pretty much I have fairly rowdy, aggressive neighbours around their mid to early 20s. Both male and female come and go through the night as they please, I guess.
Okay, right. Making a bit of a racket, are they?
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly are they making a racket with, or what seems to be the actual problem?
Well, there's loud music playing through all hours of the night. There's a lot of drinking going on, so people get quite aggressive when they drink. There's fight outbreaks in the front yards or in the backyards.
Yep.
Beer bottles everywhere. Yes.
Okay, that's no good. Have you spoken to the landlord about this issue?
I have, and she pretty much explained to me that after a 6-month lease period, she highly doesn't think that they would be there any longer after that. She could only see them living up to the 6-month lease period, and then leaving after that.
Okay, so how long have they been there now for?
About 4 months.
Okay, so you've got another 2 months to go of putting up with the noise.
Yes.
Okay, and is it just you in the house?
No, I have 2 little boys. I have Noah, who's 5, and Navy, who's 10. Noah's just started his first year of school this year, and it's been keeping the boys up at night as well as me with their loud music and so if it was just me it wouldn't be such a problem, but the fact that I have 2 young boys at home who are in school has made it all that much harder.
Right, okay. And is there a quieter side of the house that you could possibly move the boys to so they're not in direct earshot of the noise?
Well, where my bedroom is currently is at the front, so I'm constantly in earshot of all the fights out the front. Noah's room is in the back, the back of the house, but outside to the left is where the patio is where the teenagers live, and they all sit out there really late at night, and there's constant swearing going on, and they bring the speakers out to the back patio, and that's right opposite Noah's window.
Right, so the boys' bedrooms are basically on the same side as your neighbours.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it makes it really hard, doesn't it? Okay, and have the police been informed of what's going on?
They have. The last recent visit they made, I'm pretty sure I saw them arrest 3 young males and put them in the back of a car. But since then I've called, but they haven't made any physical approaches.
All right, okay. So what would you like to do? Are you thinking of moving, or you're thinking of putting it out, putting up with the racket until they move, or what?
Well, I'm a single mum with 2 boys. I work when the boys are at school. I live around the corner from the school.
Yeah.
It's convenient for me to drop them off when I head to work and pick them up when I come home. Yeah. I've been there for 4 years. The boys grew up there. We're really settled in.
Okay.
And
so you really don't want to have to move?
I don't want to move. If I can avoid it, I would love to, because it's the only place I've found that's comfortable for me and the boys, and it's it's affordable, and it's perfect. Yeah.
And during the daytime, is there much noise and racket during the days, or just mainly at night?
Not so much during the day. They had to have a fair few people coming and going through the day. I guess because the boys are at school, it's not so bad. On the weekend, so during the day, I tend not to try and have the boys home, because is when it's the worst is on the weekend. So I'm having to send the boys away on the weekend, so they're not in earshot or eyesight of the things that are going on next door.
Yeah, so that would be affecting the boys too, I would imagine.
It is, because I have to explain to them why they're being, they're not able to spend their weekends here with me, sort of thing, and it's terrible.
Yeah, that's not a good situation to bring up children in at all, is it? Yeah. Okay. So what consequences do you think would happen in the long run if you stayed, or what positive outcomes, I should say, do you think would happen if you stayed in the house?
I guess I'm positive outcomes. I waited out a little longer than the neighbours could, and they'd hopefully will leave after the 6-month lease period.
Yeah.
Positive outcome, really. The only positive outcome I can see is either them cleaning up their act, which I couldn't possibly see. I mean, their house is atrocious. Just leaving really is the only thing that could come to, unless I could find another affordable house, another 3-bedroom apartment.
So worst case scenario, you could move.
Yeah.
To somewhere where you feel safer.
Yeah.
Have the real estate. How long have you been with the real estate for?
I've been with the real estate for about 5 years now. I was with them a year before I moved into the area that I am. They actually placed me there. They placed me there because it was close for me to get the boys to and from school.
Yeah.
And it was a relatively safe area. It has been for as long as I've been here.
Yeah.
But lately we've had a bit of problems with the neighbours, and it's just become a very unsafe area, not only for me but for everyone.
Yeah. Have you tried mediating with the real estate agents in regards to the issue and the other tenants? So maybe get the real estate agent and the tenants together and...
I've spoken to other tenants, and a lot of them seem to be afraid to put in complaints about the noise.
Okay, so you're in a complex, are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
And any of the other tenants supportive of having them evicted or anything like that? Maybe asking the real estate agent to evict the tenants before their lease runs out?
Everyone seems pretty keen on the idea, but nobody wants to sort of speak up or give up names of people and just anything. People seem too scared to come forward about it.
Yeah, okay. But there's a couple of things you can do. You can download a form from the RTA website.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a Residential Tenancies Authority website.
Yeah.
You can download a form called a remedy of breach and serve this on the real estate agent.
Yeah.
As they are supposed to make sure that your comfort is not disturbed and your privacy is not disturbed in any way.
Okay.
With your renting where you are. So they would have to make sure that the tenants that are in the flat next door to you abide by the tenancy rules and regulations,
mm-hmm.
or leave. The next thing you can do is possibly speak with a counsellor at one of our other referral services that deal with people that have been in, even though you're not directly in abusive a situation, you're in earshot and the boys, how it's going to affect you and the boys.
Yeah.
Later on, to make sure that there's some sort of a boundaries or guidelines there to help you deal with what's going on next door, so it doesn't affect your emotional well-being and the boys' emotional well-being. Would that be of help, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll set those appointments up for you with the front desk. Now, if this doesn't resolve, or if they don't move out in the next 2 months and continue to stay there, would your real estate agent be more than willing to help you find another place that's suitable?
She said she would be more than willing to help me find another place, yes, but just the chances of finding another place being so close to where I am with the school, and the rent that I pay is cheap, and
okay. So
it would be very hard to find the same situation.
Okay, so there's a lot of downfalls to moving.
Yes.
Okay, no worries. All right. Okay, well, I'll put you in contact with the referral service for some emotional support while this is going on. And in the meantime, if you were to download the RTA from the RTA website, the form, and present it to your real estate, maybe that might kick into play the real estate acting a bit quicker in either having their tenants evicted.
Okay.
earlier before their lease is up. The police haven't indicated any other options that you could possibly take?
They pretty much just referred me to speak to my real estate. Really, I did contact the police before I called the real estate, just because they were more on the abusive side of things when they first moved in. That was when things were getting really rowdy.
Yeah.
And during the day it wasn't as rowdy, so at night time I figured, you know, the best thing to do would be to contact the police at the night time. So they found out before the real estate did.
Yeah.
And then they pretty much put me in contact.
So the real estate are aware that the police have been there on regular occasions? Okay. All right. All right. So I'd like you to come back and see me next week if you're free, and we'll discuss further in detail how things are going and some other courses of action you might be able to take. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.